Peace. This is Waz for Waz Words Media back at y'all for another round and fight fans. I just a few days ago brought up the old axiom in boxing that styles make fights regarding the Knicks and Pacers series, which I guess I will address momentarily. But in any event, we saw a classic case scenario of that this past Saturday when heavy favorite Caleb Plant takes an L and lost to the heavy underdog Armondo Resendiz. Resendiz, Mexican, came in with the Mexican style, man. That Mexican style. And like Floyd Mayweather once said, you have to box the banger and bang the boxer. We all know that Caleb Sweet Hands Plant is one of the best, most skilled boxers in the game today. But this is what happens when you bring an onslaught of pressure to a boxer who can't adjust to the style. So we saw that Caleb Plant was not able to overcome the onslaught by Armondo Resendiz. Resendiz was relentless, moving forward with overhand punches, catching him with overhand rights, with hooks, straight rights. Resendiz in the beginning was struggling. He was struggling to find his way in. Caleb Plant continued to use his range and angles to avoid Resendiz and to score points at the same time. But as the fight went on, you started to see Resendiz get a little more comfortable. And Resendiz started to started to close the distance, started to amount some scoring, started to connect with Plant a little. And before you know it, I think in like the fourth round, he landed his first heavy shot on Plant. And from that point forward, it was all Resendiz. Resendiz was just relentless. And, we have a new name to look out for, man. Resendiz now is the champion. Resendiz also, again, that Mexican style, man. It's a relentless style. It's toe-to-toe, mano-a-mano, like just coming forward. He had a high guard, and he was just, boom, thudding overhand rights and hooks and straights. So he was just, it put too much pressure on Caleb Plant, and Plant didn't know how to handle the pressure. But one thing that is staggering from that fight, one thing that I would love to stress to any of my young viewers that are taking up boxing or anybody that just, fundamentals, man, fundamentals. It doesn't matter how good you're doing in the gym. If you are the most successful or the best skilled fighter in the gym, it's hard to undo bad habits. You've heard me say several times, I hate when fighters fight like this. And Caleb Plant, he relies on his speed and he tries to blind you by keeping the hands down. But what happens is, when you're not used to fighting like this with a high tight guard, when you fight an Armondo Resendiz that continues to come forward and continues to throw overhands, your hands like this are going to serve you no good as those overhand rights start pummeling you and left hooks. When your hands are down like this and you've been fighting like this for years, it's hard to get that muscle memory to correct itself and bring you up to like a high guard. This is what made Floyd Mayweather a master, because Mayweather had different styles. That's why he was a defensive master. You see a lot of people trying to do this all the time. Floyd didn't do this all the time in all fights. Floyd switched his looks up, and Floyd fought different styles depending who he was fighting. But Floyd, in the middle of a fight, just go back and watch a Floyd fight right now. Floyd will give you the high guard. He'll give you the eyebrow guard. He'll bring his guard all the way up to the eyebrow. Then you'll see him switch to this. Then you'll see him kind of lean in because he's trying to set up that lead right. So he'll drop that hand down to like chin area. Because he's trying to set up that lead right, that lunging lead right. So he gave you different looks, and it wasn't just one look. And if fighters would just stick to the basics, fundamentals, keep your guard at least here, eyebrow to chin, a guard this way, a Resendiz will have trouble getting to you. Plant had trouble getting to Resendiz because Resendiz was fundamentally sound. He had his guard tight and high. And Plant was barely landing anything. But Plant, on the other hand, was like this. So, I like Caleb Plant. Very good fighter. Has been entertaining for years. But these are the things that happen when you don't properly apply fundamentals. Up here with your guard. Move your head. When you're doing this, it's a recipe for disaster, especially when you're fighting a style like Armondo Resendiz that just comes forward, is shorter, so those overhand rights have a landing home. They have a home for that. But yeah, upset of the week. Well, I don't know. I think Nick's pace is also the upset. But yeah, huge upset. A weekend of upsets. I'm Wise for Wise Words Media. Peace.